All right, on that note, how we doing? I'm releasing a new sewing pattern today. I'm so excited about it. It is called the Oolene pants pattern, and start over. Hey, I'm Leah, the owner and designer behind the Oolene pants pattern, and Charlie Darwin right here in Nashua, New Hampshire. I like to design all of my clothing to be optimized for sewing with plant-based fibers. I love a good earthy feeling, something that's soft and biodegradable. And all of my designs also really prioritize skin sensitivities and just I try and get all of the irritating factors like harsh zippers or like a restricting fit around the waist. I say all of that stuff is not for me and not for my designs. I also really like to design clothing that is rather simple. So let me tell you a little bit more about these pants, how they fit into my wardrobe, and then see if they'll fit into your wardrobe as well. Something that you might want to sew and make a pair of your own. And not to bury the lead here, you can get the pattern at the link in the description below. This is over at my website at charliedarwintextiles.com/patterns. And for just the first 2 weeks after its launch, it will be set at special launch pricing, which is up to 25% off of the pattern. So if you want to skip me blabbing and go straight to the pattern, feel free. These pants can be made as shorts, as cropped length pants, or long full pants. And they have an elastic waistband around the back and sides with a flat front. And then they have these big giant pockets that you're gonna absolutely love, and some really interesting center midline seams that run all the way down. There are so many different hem variations that you can choose from on the long pants version. Like you could do elastic to make it a jogger style that cinches in. You could do a drawstring ankle. You could do a little button-up roll-up button tab thing that'll hold it up and make it look real cute. And you could also choose between doing waistband drawstrings or no waistband drawstrings. So that's the general overview. The reason I made these pants, it was because I really don't love wearing jeans, and I feel like my wardrobe contained cute pants that were like jean style, that have no stretch at the waist. You button them and they're just there, and no matter how much food you eat that day or how much activity or adventure you're going on, there's not much room to budge, and that can get pretty uncomfortable pretty fast. That was my cute option. And on the other side of comfy option for pants, I have sweatpants. And sweatpants definitely serve their purpose, but they're not cute. And I feel like my sweatpants make me look like Winnie the Pooh. They make me look just like I'm ready to go to bed. They don't make me super excited to leave the house in. And so I wanted something in between there, a pair of pants that were really comfy, just as comfy as a sweatpant, but not as restrictive as like a cute pant. And so that's where I came up with the Oolene joggers. These actually have gone through several iterations. They started as a pair of pants called the Oleander joggers on my website several years ago, and since then they transformed into the Oolene joggers, and then I kind of spun a riff off of them called the Harvester shorts. Those Harvester shorts transformed into the Cicada shorts, and then I smashed together the Cicada shorts and the Oolene joggers to what is the present day 2025 Oolene jogger sewing pattern. It's been a real evolution, but it just goes to show that I've really been working on this design for now probably 4 years of trying to get it just right. And so hopefully that will give you a little bit of faith that this isn't just a one-off thought process. I've really tried to hone in all of the features that I really, really want in a pair of pants. And what you want too. This was the sewing pattern chosen by my YouTube community for which one of my designs they wanted to see next. What I think you'll find really nice about these pants is that they are very versatile. Something you can wear on a hike and then go straight to walking around that really cute town that's at the bottom of the mountain. Something that I could both wear doing Pilates in the morning and also after maybe washing and drying them, wearing them out on like a date night on a Saturday night. I also really wanted to prioritize having a pant that looked good year round. And if you saw my previous video about making your linen wardrobe work for you more year round, I talked about how I use a medium weight linen fabric. This way it can really transition between seasons, provide warmth in the winter, and still be breathable enough for the summer. So that's what I chose to make my samples of the Oolene pants with. But of course you can do any fabric that you would like to. You could do linen, cotton, rayon. You could do a more heavyweight. We had some pattern testers try it out in denim and they looked amazing. You could also do a really lightweight flowy pant. And normally for my sewing patterns, I say just do any kind of non-stretch woven fabric. But for this one, I honestly do think like a little bit of stretch wouldn't be too bad for this one, as long as you know what you're doing. I don't provide details in the instructions on how to sew with stretch fabrics and how to like what needles and everything to use. So you'd have to do that research on your own, but I will say I think this pattern could also work with a little bit of a stretchy fabric if you're going for more of that casual, cute sweatpants kind of look. Another thing that I think makes these pants really good for year round is they look good with both sandals and boots. And of course, I don't know why it's taken me this long to say this, but the pockets are something you're gonna really, really love. My pattern testers said that this was like their across the board, like their #1 favorite feature of this pattern is the big front pockets and how they're nested really nicely into the front seams there. It makes them look really polished and gives you tons of room. Let me show you with my phone. Fits your, woo! Woo! I missed the pocket. It's not that hard to aim. Boop. Completely fits your entire phone plus some if you want to. These pockets are so nice. And I also, woo! And I also give you the option to do a butt pocket. Oh yeah. So you can take your crap everywhere with you guys. One of my pattern testers said that she wore her sample pants that she made out on a hike just to, you know, see how they went. And she said they're her new favorite hiking pants because of the big pockets and how comfy they were. And just to add, the last reason I made these pants the way that I did with the interesting waistband, it's like a paper bag waist. So lots of good texture up here is because I needed a good pair of pants to match with my Finch top. So if you got my Finch top sewing pattern on my last pattern launch, you know it's got this beautiful long seam that runs all the way across and it adds a lot of texture to the garment. And so I wanted something to kind of like tuck that shirt into that kind of mirrored that texture down in the waistline of my pants. And of course, to make myself feel a little bit taller and more narrow, I ran this long seam line down the center front of the pant, and that helps just elongate the body. On someone who's a wee 5'1" like me, any little bit helps. As far as the sewing goes for this pattern, I would definitely rate it as a beginner, like an advanced beginner. I honestly think you could jump right in if you've never sewn something, but if you've never sewn a garment before. But my pattern testers said that there were a couple tricky parts. I think the most challenging part is probably just adding the elastic to the waistband. And we are going to practice doing a flat felled seam down that front midline seam of each pant leg. And that's gonna help you get a really smooth seam finish that feels really good up against the skin. I really feel like it's a fun sewing project for anyone from beginner to advanced. And as usual, I have tried to tailor the experience to your learning style preferences, your time and energy, and your finances. So there are 3 different ways that you can experience this pattern. The first is the most basic downloadable PDF. With this, you can print out the pages on your own home printer or at a library. I have a video for 10 different ways to print a sewing pattern in case you're unsure how. And the PDF pattern includes really detailed written and illustrated instructions that I walk you through how to assemble the pants from start to finish, even all of the prep stages you need to do ahead of time, how to adjust your sewing pattern by height. Using my height adjustment calculator, it makes it super easy. And I have a whole sewing prep checklist, and there's a lot in there that's gonna really help you make this a fun and easy sew. But if you're someone who wants to outsource that printing, I can print this pattern for you. You should grab the Pattern Pro version on my website. I'm gonna send the printed pattern to you on a giant sheet of paper, so all you have to do is cut it out and make your height adjustments. And that printed pattern includes a printed instruction booklet. It's so nice. It has checklists and worksheets inside and all of the illustrated instructions. This version also includes the video tutorial sew along that shows me right here at this table doing every single step of the process, so you can see exactly in motion what's going on in case you get stuck. Now, if you're someone who does not enjoy the prep work of finding all the supplies, sourcing them, matching your thread to your fabric, figuring out which fabric is perfect for this project, printing the pattern, taping it together, then you are going to love the ultimate sewing kit version of this pattern. I am taking care of you. All right, I include the perfect amount of my 100% linen fabric. It's super nice, super soft, re-softened with the wind, literally. And it is plant dyed by hand, which makes it so special and have like an extra rich earth tone to it. And in addition to the fabric, I include 100% cotton matching thread, as well as any notions you'll need. So if you're doing button roll-up tabs, I'll include the buttons and the elastic for the waistband and the ankles, as well as like a cute little iron-on Charlie Darwin garment label for you to put on once you're finished. Oh, and the Ultimate Sewing Kit also includes that printed pattern and the video sew-along tutorial. So it's really like a deluxe package if you want a really nice, seamless way to jump into the project. Okay, so new color alert though on these sewing kits. I'm so excited. As of recording this video, I'm not sure if I will have introduced these yet on YouTube officially, but we've got new colors, and I'm offering these for any of my sewing kits. You might have noticed all my sewing kits have been out of stock for the last couple months as I got all of this dyed. But here's the caveat, I only am gonna have 10 kits available in each color. So jump on it now if you see one of these colors that you really like and you wanna do the kit. Okay, this one is ochre, and who knows if your screen is showing you the exact color on here. Expect to get something relatively similar to this. It's like a burnt orange, a light burnt orange color, nearing a light brown, but like still more in the orangey family. It's got a little bit of yellow to it. It's really pretty. Then we've got sage, which is like a dusty green color that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I think this one's my favorite. I really want to make myself something with this, but I didn't want to cut into your guys' like fabric kit yardage, and so I haven't actually made anything with this yet, but oh my god, with all the scraps, if I have left over from the kits, I'm gonna make myself something with the sage color. Then we've got, for my cute pinkies, I've got a new pink fabric. This is much bolder than my old Kutch pink color. And it's just so vibrant and soft and everything nice. I think it also looks really good, honestly, like with my other colors. So I'm excited about that. And then we've got the usuals still. So I've got my light indigo blue, a dark indigo blue, and then my dark, I'm calling this charcoal now, but it's dyed with chestnuts. and it's like a real dark gray color. And those are all, again, naturally dyed with pigments from plants. Like, can you believe that plants make this beautiful range of colors right here with dye? It's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. And then I will have some not plant dyed colors. I'll have like bleached bright white, a natural off-white, and a black that is commercially dyed but AZO free. Another new upgrade for this pattern is that I expanded my size range. So we are now looking at up to 13 different sizes, which takes us all the way up to a hip size of 59 inches on this one. That's so exciting. And I ran this through pattern testers on all sizes and got really great feedback and great photos. And I know some people have a little bit of worries about fit and pants fit, but there are a couple things that we can do to help you make sure you get the best fit possible. One is make height adjustments ahead of time. That's why I give you the calculator and the instructions on how to use it, so they can get the height right. And then two, we also want to choose within the size range, like how much ease you want. And so that's where our garment, finished garment measurements chart is going to come in handy. So you can compare, like, to your size range and your hip size, how much ease you want baked into the hip circumference of the pants. It's because, you know, some pattern testers were at the high end of their size range and they got a much tighter fitting pant. And if you're at the low end of a size range, then you're gonna get a little bit looser fitting pant. And then, as with all my patterns, if you run into any issues or frustrations along the way, you're always welcome to email me, and I'm happy to try and troubleshoot with you any issues that you're having with the pattern. All right, I think that's been enough for now. I really love sharing my designs with you guys, seeing how you make them in your own vision, what kind of tweaks you make to them. And I can't wait to see what you do. So please, please, please leave your hype for this new sewing pattern in the comments below, and go check it out over at my website, charliedarwintextiles.com/patterns. That's where you're going to find the special launch pricing for just the first 2 weeks of its launch. So head over there, let me know if you have any questions at all about it, if there's anything I can clear up and help you decide if this is the right pattern for you at this time. I'd be happy to help. All right, thanks so much, everyone. I have quite a few more videos coming out in the next 2 weeks. I'm excited to share with you. I'll see you in those, and bye-bye for now. Booty, 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 booty.